The following is a presentation of the City of Miamisburg, celebrating its bicentennial in 2018.
All right, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2017 Bauer Elementary D.A.R.E graduation. I'd always like to start off by thanking the City of Miamisburg, the Miamisburg City Schools, and the Miamisburg Police Department for their support of the D.A.R.E program, because without it today wouldn't be possible. I'd also like to thank all the parents and relatives that have joined us today. I had a great time working with the fifth graders this year. They did a great job. You should be very proud of them, because I know I am. I had a lot of fun out here at Bauer. I also like to thank the fourth graders for coming, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year in D.A.R.E class. Some of the issues we talked about in D.A.R.E class this year is we talked about the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. We talked about how to make good decisions and how to resist peer pressure. We talked about bullying, and we talked about how to be safe with over-the-counter and prescription drugs. The goal for you fifth grade students is to take the information we talked about and use it, especially as you guys enter middle school and high school and encounter difficult situations. We also have a lot of distinguished guests here today that came to congratulate you on your accomplishment. We have from the City of Miamisburg, the Mayor, Dick Church. From Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have the Judge, Robert Reddick.
Good afternoon.
From the Ohio House of Representatives, we have Representative Niraj Natani. Also from the City of Miamisburg, we have the Assistant City Manager, Tom Thompson. From the Miamisburg City Schools, we have the Director of Human Resources, Mr. Steve Holman. From the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Sergeant John Thompson. And of course, you guys all know your principal, Mrs. Sunderland. That's awesome. Some of our guests would like to say a few words to you today, and we'll begin with Mayor Church.
Thank you, Officer Doug, and congratulations to the D.A.R.E graduates today. You know, there's a lot of people that's rooting for you, because there are going to be a lot of challenges in your life, and I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. But the D.A.R.E program is, in my opinion, one of the most important programs that we have between the Miamisburg City School District and the City of Miamisburg. Televising the proceedings today is Joe McKenzie back there on the camera. He's with My Valley Communications Council. You'll be able to watch this D.A.R.E graduation a lot of times between now and the next Bauer graduation. This is the 21st year that we have had the D.A.R.E program in the Miamisburg school system. And each year it gets a little bit more tougher, because it seems like each year we're adding more and more drugs and challenges to what you have to face growing up. I say this every year, and it's important that we say it, because it will happen. To those graduates, someday you're going to be challenged. It might be today, might be tomorrow, or it could be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. But someone is going to try to get you to do something that you know in your heart is wrong. And I just hope when that time comes that you're going to have the courage to tell that individual that's trying to get you to do those wrong things, I'm not doing it. And you shouldn't be doing it either. It's this heroin situation that we have today. It is at epidemic portions. The judge will be telling you he sees it day in and day out in his court. And it's just not Miamisburg. It's the state of Ohio. It's all over the nation. We've got to try to combat it, but we also need to educate people about those dangers. If you remember the lessons that you have learned in D.A.R.E, I'll guarantee you, you're going to have a great rest of your life. Have a great summer vacation.
Next, we have Judge Reddick.
Thank you. Before I do anything, I'm Bob Reddick. I'm the Miamisburg Municipal Court Judge, and I've been doing it for a while. But hey, Russ, would you stand up, because I want to recognize you since you're here. Russ is my security officer at the court. He's just here to attend a child's D.A.R.E graduation, but he's done a good job. He's personable, he takes care of me, and he does a good job processing the people in and out. And I just wanted to say hi. What the mayor said about heroin's true. Luckily, when I was your age, and I actually attended D.A.R.E, it wasn't like this. There wasn't a heroin issue. Heroin was something people maybe heard about in the movies, but it wasn't everywhere, and people weren't dying of it constantly. It's just epidemic here. So I'm going to tell you the most important thing. Never, ever, ever do heroin. None. Don't snort it, don't smoke it, don't inject it. Stay away from heroin. And it's turning up now in fake prescription pills. They're worried about them lacing marijuana with fentanyl. It's just very, very dangerous. You can't do drugs. It will kill you. I don't believe, I only get my drugs from my pharmacist, okay? If a guy in a white coat at the pharmacy says, the doctor says you need to take this, Bob, I actually ask him, are you certain this is the right stuff? Because I don't believe him sometimes, because I don't have that much faith in doctors and medicine. So I ask him, I may really grill him about it. He goes, honest, you really need to take this. So I'm wondering about people that are buying their drugs from some guy in a white t-shirt in an alley, what they're doing when I won't buy mine from the pharmacist. So let me keep going with this. What the mayor said about you being challenged is all true. Now, you've got a huge support group here. This is a huge turnout for parents. You don't know how happy that makes me, because usually when I see people in court, they don't have any support group. They don't have anybody helping them to, maybe this is what you should do, maybe you shouldn't do this. And if you make a mistake, there's a safety net to try to catch you. You've got teachers that are dedicated. I know Officer Doug would help you if you just call him. So what I'm interested in is, you're going to be challenged, as the mayor said. It's not going to be in the hard light of day, probably. It's going to be in a basement or a car or sometime at night. Someone's going to ask you to do something is not right. And I'm asking you all to have the courage of your conviction, what you've learned in D.A.R.E, the D.A.R.E decision-making model, and all you've learned this time in D.A.R.E, to do the right thing. I'm going to ask more than for you to do the right thing. I'm going to ask you to look at the person next to you. And if that person is maybe doing bad things a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 10 years from now, you turn to your friend and say, Sally, I don't think you should be doing that. Okay? It's just the truth. Well, I'm counting on you doing that when you need to. When your friend needs it, step up and be what a friend really is. Don't let them do the wrong thing. Now, I hope you have a great summer and enjoy middle school. It's a huge, big transition, but congratulations on D.A.R.E, and I'll let Representative Antani speak. Thank you.
And next we have Representative Antani.
Thank you, Officer. Good afternoon. All right. At Medler, we had to do that twice to get it, so clearly Bauer kids know what they're doing. So I'm very excited to be here today. Very, very, very excited. I was excited about it all week, and let me tell you why. Because 15 years ago, I sat exactly where you were. Like, I'm not even kidding, on this very floor, because I also went to Bauer School, and I am a Bauer B. And 15 years ago, yeah, I think that deserves a round of applause. Bauer B's are the best. And I can tell you that Ms. Kramer was my second grade teacher, and Ms. Starpino was my fourth grade teacher, and Mr. Homan was my kindergarten student teacher. And so, you all are probably better students than I was, but I too was a Bauer B, and this is where I, sat for D.A.R.E graduation, and I remember that my fifth grade teachers didn't pick me to read my D.A.R.E speech, so congratulations to those of you who got chosen, because I did not. And yes, 15 years later, I still remember that. But anyways, I tell you that because, I'm here standing in front of you now talking to you, but I'm a product of exactly what you're going through. I literally sat where you are sitting and graduated from the D.A.R.E program and from Bauer and from the middle school and from the high school, and now I'm here to congratulate you. So let's give the fifth graders some congratulations. So, are you guys excited for middle school? Yeah! All right, very good. Sounds exciting. And fourth graders, you excited to be fifth graders? Yeah! All right, very good. Well, look, it's an exciting time, and you all literally have the world in front of you, right? You can do anything you want. And I know that because in third grade, Dick Church swore me in third grade student council here in the library at Bauer Elementary, and now I'm a state representative. And that's what I always wanted to do. And I'm the first state representative from Miamisburg since the Civil War. And if I can do it, all of you can do whatever you want. So I'm sure that you all have big dreams. You want to be princesses or NFL football players. What do you want to be? Shout it out. All right. Very good. He wants to be a basketball player. Very good. So look, all of you, what you just shouted out, I think I heard astronaut and probably doctor and lawyer and or a video game programmer. You can do that, right? You all can do that. I can tell you because in this hallway, my picture is hanging up there along with my class. And some of them, yes, are doctors and engineers and what they wanted to be in elementary school too. So you can do that. But there's one thing that will make sure you don't achieve that, and that's drugs, right? And that's everything you learned about with Officer Sherritt's in this D.A.R.E program, okay? And I can tell you, because yes, if you go look at that 2001, 2002 picture, okay, that I'm in, and don't look at what I'm wearing because it's really embarrassing. Like who lets their child wear a t-shirt with a calculator on it? Like who does that? Okay, I have no idea. But if you go look at that picture, I can tell you that the ones who achieved their dreams stayed away from drugs. And the ones who haven't, because yes, there are members of my fifth grade class from Bauer Elementary who have not achieved their dreams. The reason they have not achieved their dreams are because of drugs and because of alcohol and because of bad decision making, right? And so, I commit to you that if you commit to what you learn in this D.A.R.E program, you will achieve exactly what you want to do in the future. A very important person once gave me a lesson, and they said, Neeraj, in life, you will go as far in life as your ability to say no, right? Now, they were telling me that because in politics, a lot of people tell me, no, you can't do that. No, you can't sponsor that bill. No, you can't run for that office. No, you can't do that. And I say, yes, I can. No, I'm not going to listen to you. And so when someone offers you drugs, you need to say, no, I want to be a video game programmer, or no, I want to be a basketball player, or no, I have dreams and I'm going to achieve those, and drugs and alcohol and bad decisions are going to keep me from those dreams. So it's an honor for me to be here, really an honor. And all the other elementary schools, sure, it's great that I'm speaking there, but particularly because I'm a Bauer B, it's an honor for me to be here. Parents, thank you for being here. Let's give your parents a round of applause. It's very, very important for you to listen to your parents, on this specific subject. When they tell you to clean your room, do whatever you want. But on drugs and alcohol, when they tell you not to do that, you better listen to them, okay? So congratulations and have fun in middle school.
Next, we have Mr. Thompson.
Hello, guys. Hey. The first thing I want to tell you guys is we are very, very privileged as the city of Miamisburg, to give you Officer Sherritts to teach you, and you guys are very privileged to have him as a teacher. Remember everything he told you in the 5th grade, and you guys remember what he's going to say next year, because years ago, maybe 15 or 20 or something, we used to work together on the road as police officers. And he respected people, great police officer, brave, smart investigator, and he's cool and funny. Is he still cool and funny? Yeah. All right. So listen very close to him, and I know he thinks a lot of you just as much as I'm sure you think of him. So I'm going to talk to you about something a little bit different today. I'm going to talk to you about bullying real quick. So how many of you guys have heard the phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me? You guys all hear that? But it's not really true, is it? Because when people make fun of you or make you feel bad, that hurts. Sometimes that hurts more than getting slapped upside the head. I guarantee that all of your parents and all the teachers and everybody sitting here can remember a time when they probably were your age when somebody hurt them with words or how they treated them. And the thing is that you guys got to remember is each and every one of you guys individually are so valuable and so important. You might be state representatives or doctors or hoop princesses. That's what I wanted to be, but I ended up this, see? Now, you guys are all so very valuable. I don't care how tall you are, short you are. I don't care the color of your hair or your skin or your eyes. Doesn't matter. You guys are all perfect, just the way you are, and valuable. And it's very important that you treat each other that way as well. Because you need to build each other up so you can help the person next to you be as successful as they can be. And even some days, some days don't feel very valuable. We all have bad days. But when you have those bad days, remember how important you are. Now, if you see somebody else treating someone else poorly, don't join in. And don't walk away from someone getting picked on. But don't join in. Don't give them the business or get yourself in trouble or anything like that. You have a good D.A.R.E decision-making model to go by. You have people to talk to. And I want to encourage you, no matter what you decide to do during that, when it's over and you see someone who's been belittled or picked on for who they are or how they look or for whatever reason, you go be that person's friend. Because that person's going to need someone to build them back up again. Because that person is just as valuable as you, is just as valuable as me or anybody else sitting in here. So, no bullying, be good to each other and respect each other. Deal? All right, you guys have a good summer.
And Mr. Homer.
Dr. Vail is actually out of town today, so he asked if I would come in and speak at Bauer. One of the things that you've heard about today are making good decisions, making good choices. And here at Bauer, you have a very strong and good support system. Think of all of the teachers, all of the staff that have been with you, whether it's your first year here at Bauer, you've been here since kindergarten, all of your staff here cares about you, and they want you to succeed, and they've set you up for success. And the city wants you to succeed as well, as we've partnered with them for many years on the D.A.R.E program. The school and the city put a lot of money into this program. We think it's very valuable, not only in making decisions about not doing drugs and not doing alcohol, but think of the decision-making process that Officer Doug has taught you throughout this whole thing. You can use that decision-making process for everything from here on out. One of the things we've talked about is as you move on to the middle school and move on to high school, choices and temptations and giving into peer pressure is going to be a little bit harder to do. Everyone's experienced it. Your teachers have, your parents have, your brothers and sisters have. Remember your support family here at Bauer, your teachers, your aides that have been here, your principal, Mrs. Sunderman. You can always come back to them. You can always ask them for advice. If you're in trouble and you're not sure what to do, all of you have your Google email accounts, right? And many of past students will email their previous teachers and just touch in and say hi, touch base, all that thing. If you're not sure moving into the middle school, or you're not sure moving into the high school, who you can talk to, and you have a good relationship with one of your staff members here, and you're not sure what to do and not know where to go, shoot them an email. Hey, do you have a minute to call me? Or can we touch base? Or something like that. They're here. Just because you're finishing up 5th grade here, you're always going to have those connections here. So please use those connections and think of all those things that Officer Doug has talked to you about. It's the decision-making process that you're going to use from here on out. Have a great summer and congratulations.
The last thing we do as part of the D.A.R.E program is all the students have to write a D.A.R.E report, and everyone you see seated here today not only wrote the report, but got up in front of their classmates and read the reports. Y'all did a great job, but we selected a few to share their reports today, and we'll begin with Destiny Miles.
Destiny's D.A.R.E report. Should I hold it?
You can pull it off and
You can pull off. Got it? There you go.
I thought D.A.R.E was very helpful. Now that I know about alcohol, drugs, and peer pressure, I make sure to stay away from those things or situations. I want this D.A.R.E class to go on forever. It educates us kids on what to stay away from and not to feel peer pressure to do something you regret. Alcohol is bad for you. I think you want to have control over yourself. So why drink? I don't want to lose my memory. Alcohol is illegal for anyone under 21. Did you know alcohol slows down the brain and body? You will have slow reflexes when you try to do something. So that is why I will not drink when I'm older. Drugs are not safe for anyone. They can harm you if you abuse them. Some prescription drugs are more powerful than illegal drugs. If you ever do start drugs and want to stop, just tell yourself this: I can stay away from drugs because they can get me in lots of trouble. So if you do not want to get involved, then just stay away from people you know that do them. It's that easy. Did you know that if a police officer catches you with drugs and it does not have your information on it, you can get charged? Do you ever feel peer pressure? Because I know I do. So I'm going to give you 2 ways not to feel peer pressure. One way is to never get involved with something or someone that makes you feel that way. Another way you could prevent peer pressure is to believe in what you think is right, because if you don't, people will try to talk you into it. Okay. To me, D.A.R.E is very interesting, and I really liked it. I am inspired by the people who are desired to show us kids the right way to go. I promise not to do drugs because first, I do not want to go to jail. I want a clean record. Second, I want to stay healthy, and I do not want to die from an overdose. And third, I want to be a good role model to my younger siblings. Thank you.
Congratulations. Great job. Next we have Sandra Crease.
My D.A.R.E. report by Xander Crease. I think D.A.R.E. is a good class. I learned 3 important things during D.A.R.E. Alcohol is a bad substance, that smoking can hurt you, and not to be a bully. It's awesome that I have friends that don't do drugs. D.A.R.E. helps me make good choices to keep me safe and keep me healthy. The first thing I learned in D.A.R.E. is that alcohol is a damage to humanity. Beer can affect your heart and brain and other organs in your body. Alcohol can weaken your heart and make you lose brain cells. And if it's consumed, it might hurt you. It's smart for me not to do that stuff. Just remember the 4 ways to avoid peer pressure. Walk away, give an excuse, change the subject, or just say no. The second thing I learned in D.A.R.E. is that smoking is not the answer. If you smoke, you can't breathe. Smoking covers your lungs and tar so you cannot breathe. It can also hurt people around you. It can also weaken your heart and make your brain addicted to it. Do not smoke or you might die. The third thing I learned there was about bullying. Bullying can make people feel uncomfortable about themselves. There are 7 ways to avoid bullying. Walk away, yell, strengthen numbers, feel confident, be a bystander, compliment their insults, or tell an adult. These will help you let the bully know to please stop. So there you have it. D.A.R.E. has helped me learn not to abuse drugs, not smoke, and not be a bully. D.A.R.E. has helped me understand. Thank you, D.A.R.E. for helping me understand. I'm going to go stand by my mom and dad over there. Oh, wait, report. Where's it? Thanks.
Next we have DJ Nice.
My D.A.R.E. Say by DJ Nice. Have you ever just wanted to say no other than saying it to your sister? Well, I have, and D.A.R.E. can teach you just that. See, D.A.R.E. is a great learning experience. It teaches you responsibility and gives you confidence to just say no. Also, Officer Doug is cool. Smoking is not illegal, but it's extremely bad for you. Smoking is illegal if you're under the age of 18. If somebody asks you to smoke, just say no. That kills lots of people younger than they should die. 1 puff could change your life because you could become addicted to it. It's called nicotine, which reprograms your brain, so all you can think about is your next cigarette. Smoking gives you lung cancer, so don't smoke. It also yellows teeth and could mess up your brain. It has several hundred deadly chemicals, which makes it terrible for you, and hundreds of millions of people smoke. Smoking too much could make you drowsy. There are many things you could smoke, such as weed or pot, which are the most common. Just say no. As soon as alcohol enters your body, it enters the bloodstream. If you drink alcohol, your teeth will yellow, your breath will smell, you'll be unhealthy, and you'll die young. A lot of people die from it. It causes slowing of reflexes. Even 1 drink can harm you if you're young. Just say no. I think D.A.R.E. was a great learning experience. It taught me great responsibility. Plus, it taught me to choose friends wisely. It taught me that even a little bit of something bad could change my life. Just say no.
Congratulations. Good job. Next we have Allie Koppel.
My D.A.R.E. Essay by Allison Coppick. As you enter the 5th grade, you are entering the world of D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E. is very fun, educational, and exciting. I learned that it is best to stay away from tobacco, drugs, and alcohol. I never knew that these products were that bad for you. I also learned how to report bullying using the 5 W's. Although alcohol is not illegal, I learned that it is very harmful. If you drink alcohol, you could have slow reflexes and even poor judgment. Alcohol is illegal for anyone under the age of 21. Mixing alcohol with medicine is very dangerous and harmful. If you drink alcohol when you are younger, it will affect you more severely because teen bodies are still in the process of growing. Also, if you drink alcohol, you could lose some of your memory and you could possibly lose self-control. There are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. Smoking causes heart disease and lung cancer. If you smoked, you could have colds and upper respiratory problems. Smoking can cause yellow teeth and even smelly breath. There are 50,000 deaths per year that can be attributed to secondhand smoke. Cigarettes have a powerful nicotine which could interfere with how your brain works. When bullying becomes a problem, report it with the 5 W's. The 5 W's are who, what, when, where, and why. It is important to do this so that it is much easier to explain what happened. There are 4 types of bullying: verbal, physical, social, and cyber. In the future, I will use the 5 W's to report bullying, and you should too. Lastly, D.A.R.E was awesome and fun. It was also very helpful, and it will definitely help you when you're in a bad situation. I love Officer Doug, the prizes, and the mascot. He was pretty cool. Remember, don't ever do drugs because it could harm you in the future. Thank you again, Officer Doug, and do you guys dare to say no?
Good job. Congratulations. Thanks. Good job. Next, we have Jade Goings.
D.A.R.E was fun and educational. It taught me not to do drugs or bully. Even though alcohol and tobacco are not drugs, they are still dangerous. Tobacco can give you lung cancer and alcohol can give you poor judgment. The first thing I learned was not to use alcohol. More than 75,000 people die from alcohol each year. Alcohol can affect your brain and health. Alcohol can slow your reflexes and give you poor judgment. Alcohol goes into the bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Alcohol slows your brain when you drink it. Tobacco is very harmful to your lungs and the people around you. More than 400,000 Americans die because of tobacco each year. When you smoke, you put more than 200 harmful chemicals into your lungs and the air. Secondhand smoke is harmful, and almost 50,000 people die from it. Tobacco can yellow your teeth and cause wrinkles. Tobacco can interfere with your brain and how it works. Many people who are bullies were bullied once themselves. There are 4 ways of being bullied. There is verbal, social, physical, and cyberbullying. If you see someone being bullied, you're called a bystander. You can help the person by telling a trusted adult or a teacher the 5 W's. The 5 W's are who, what, when, where, and why. You may not know the why. This is the end of my D.A.R.E report. I thought D.A.R.E was a good class. It taught me about drugs. Drugs are bad for you, so I will never use them.
Good job. Congratulations. Thank you. And Gavin Smith.
D.A.R.E was awesome. I thought it was fun and educational. We learned that alcohol is legal but streams through you very fast. Being careful with who we hang out with is another thing we learned. We also learned that cigarettes have nicotine and are very addictive to you. D.A.R.E has taught me a lot. In D.A.R.E we learned things about alcohol. I know to be careful with alcohol later in my life. Drinking alcohol has many side effects. Some of them are loss of coordination, poor judgment, memory loss, loss of self-control, and slow reflexes. 75,000 people die from alcohol-related deaths every year. Mixing alcohol and medicine will kill you, so it's best to stay away from alcohol. Another thing I learned in D.A.R.E is that you need to be careful with who you choose to hang out with. I will be careful with who I hang out with when I get older. If one of your friends is drunk, they could get you into trouble, so that is why you need to be careful with who you hang around. And if one of your friends is ever drunk, do not let them drive. They could get in a wreck with you in the car. Other people drinking can hurt you. Cigarettes have nicotine, which makes you addicted to them. When I grow up, I know not to smoke.
You are not allowed to smoke any type of tobacco if you are under 18, sometimes 19, but some people do it anyway. If you are under 18, you may not even be in possession of tobacco. Did you know that there is more than 200 harmful chemicals in one cigarette? The most people in the U.S. die from smoking. You should never try smoking. D.A.R.E was great to all the 5th grade students this year. It helped me understand that drugs and tobacco can negatively affect me and other people's body. I liked how D.A.R.E told me how to say no. D.A.R.E convinced me to be friends with people who don't do drugs. D.A.R.E was a great program, and I hope you learned from this. Remember, just say no.
Good job. Congratulations. Thank you. All the students did a great job on their report, and those 6 are just a very small sample of that. The last group of people I'd like to thank are the ones that make my job very easy as the D.A.R.E officer, and that's the staff here at Bauer Elementary, and that begins with your principal, Mrs. Sunderman. And your 5th grade teachers, Ms. Kramer. Ms. Enlos. And Mrs. Scarpino. And now it's time for you to receive your certificates, and we'll begin with Mrs. Kramer's class. Welcome, my friends.
For Ms. Kramer's class, I have Julia Abashakra. It's a mouthful there. Come on up, Julia. Zaid Asher. Landon Ball. Sabrina Chin. Gregory Clack. Allie Kopic. Max Kaneko. Adam Dahlwood. Tyler Glucker. Reagan Grillo. Jackson Hammond. Demaria Howard. Parker Kirshner. Hannah Michael. Are you okay, Hannah? Samantha Mole. Kennedy Moore. DJ Neese. Andrew Neer. Sandhi Patel. Lacey Perkins. Stephon Robinson. Kai Salee. Deani Taylor. And Tanner Turner.
Thank you.
Have a great summer.
Oh.
You have a great summer.
Thank you.
Next, we have Miss Enlos' class.
Anna Atai. Alexis Coffey. Kaylee Cole. Sabrina Crease. Noah Engel. Jay Goins. Aiden Halsey. Jayla Haywood. Carly Holland. Joelle Jones. Stevie Miller. Dakota Newton. John Overture. Alyssa Parker. Sia Patel. Ben Rother. Avi Sharma. Prableen Singh. Gavin Smith. Ross Taylor. Cameron Bonksy. And Cameron Willie Conley.
You're welcome. And Mrs. Scarpino's class.
All right, let's start off with Wesley Bevins, Candy Carpenter, Liam Coates, Xander Crease. Make sure you can shake hands. Jaylee Gillespie, Amari Hawes, Jewel Jones, Aiden Kapp, Loden Keaton, Eli Kibbe, Alex Lamont, Kyle Myers, Destiny Miles, Rachel Oliver, Kennedy Pascal, Trinae Porter, Chase Prunus, John Smith, Ethan Sunstall, Kyan Swango, and Angel Trulio. And Reese Wilson.
Last thing we'll do as part of our graduation is I have a short little video to show you of classes here at Bauer. Fifth graders, I look forward to seeing you next year in sixth grade. Fourth graders, I look forward to seeing you next year in fifth grade D.A.R.E classes. Have a great, safe summer, and once again, I appreciate all of you coming out today. Thank you.